Hello, and welcome to Pixels and Points. I'm Susie Brown, media planner buyer extraordinaire here at Redroc. And with me, as always, is
Matt Nelsen, the digital media director here at Redroc. All right, just gonna do quick ones now. Quick
Mhm.
article for today is from the eMarketer, and they're talking about why physical touch points still matter in omni-channel marketing. Um,
Mhm.
just to sum up, this goes into a few different specifics, but it's the first paragraph basically sums it up is that consumers are craving authentic brand experiences that digital alone can't deliver, and they go
Yep.
into a couple different spots. They're talking about, but the overall theme of this is that more and more we're seeing, and this is something that we've been talking about for the past,
Always.
couple is that branding still matters. It's
Yep.
the race to the bottom was what was happening over the past 5 years. Everybody was only interested in, performance marketing. What can we
Right.
get?
The ROI was the most
Yeah,
important. And you can get
everything.
really, really good at those digital tactics and show how efficient you are, show that you're hitting exactly the right audience. But
Well, and it's
if they
something
don't know your brand, they don't know what you're about, that's not going to move the needle,
and we
right? They
still
know
have
who
to
you are,
fight.
but they don't know what you do.
You still have to fight this with clients today as well. I mean, it's
Hmm.
their they need to attribute every spend, every dollar that they're spending in marketing that's in digital marketing, um, has to be attributed to something. Like it has to be, every sale has to attribute to something. Like you have to be able to say, like, well, we saw them at this touch point, and this touch point, and this touch point, and we can show a lot of that
Hmm.
information, but it's with all some of the privacy that's in effect. It's just the tracking on a lot of this is kind of out the window. Being able to track across a lot of different data points,
Yep.
it's not as reliable as it used to be even 6 months ago. And with AI coming in and everything like that, it's the race to the bottom. Just spending a bunch of money on search. Yeah, you're going to show up. You're going to show up on search when somebody searches for you know I don't know anything, your widget, but so is
Hmm.
everybody else is going to show up on your widget. And I'm like, yeah, you can say that, we're getting a good click through rate and the return on investment, for every dollar we're spending, we're getting two back or four back or five back on search, but that's diminishing as it's going on. And the only way to shore up that kind of return on investment is by investing in your brand and getting it out.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
people are
It's two pieces
remembering
working together. You've got your spots, your costs, showing that ROI and efficiency, but also increasing that brand awareness and that connection to the brand. So it's almost like you've got PR and accounting working hand in hand,
that.
to get it together.
Yeah, and over the past 20 years, we've seen the drying up of the problem is that digital came along and replaced a lot of what we were doing with traditional media, television
Mhm.
and radio brand, which was branding. Like,
All branding, an overall lift, but also you couldn't, like you were saying, you couldn't show that attribution. So now that we can, they picked up the ball and
yeah,
ran with it.
a lot
And
of people
seems
would
like
try to
it
attribute
can't be
it
the
with
only
like
thing.
they would try to attribute it with like after purchase surveys and say, how did you hear about us, things like that. And those were always I'm sorry to say, they were
Always skewed. They'd say they heard it on a station that you're not running on because no one knows, you know
or
what I
they
mean?
said they would see it on
That
TV.
recall.
We saw it on TV. We weren't
Right.
running TV. Like, what are you talking?
Mhm. And it's like, great.
It didn't matter. So it 20 years ago, it was all about building brands and trying to get people in the stores with using your branding. And as soon as search started to build over the past 10 years, it's all come down to trying to get low hanging fruit, retargeting display ads, retargeting videos, direct kind of click throughs on all that kind of stuff. And what's we're seeing over the past couple of years was a bigger and bigger trend to more branding. And to get back to the article,
Mhm.
um, one of their fun ones they talk about is that Nike is coming back after to the Super Bowl after a 25-year absence because
Yes, which I didn't even realize, but
they said they had gotten away from their brand storytelling, and it was
mhm.
showing in the stock price because they had become more and more targeted with their ads, trying to hit the exact audience. And so they would be doing brand, they would be sending out it would make wonderful ads.
Right, great ads, but the basketball ad
I
was being
stopped seeing
served to the basketball audience, the
Yeah.
women's sports ads. It was really targeted, focused instead of one arching overall, like
Yeah.
just do it brand. Yeah.
Like their overarching branding, and they they're looking at the above this part of the article. They were talking about not a consistency, because that's something else we've been talking about, is keeping your message consistent across
Across
the entire
all
brand.
tactics.
Having it fragmented gives people's mixed signals, and that's where people were doing, is they were making like a special message just for this audience, a special message just for this audience, a special you don't have one overarching brand message to get to the entire audience.
Yeah, it's
So it
just
was
too
becoming
fragmented.
fragmented.
Hmm.
They were seeing mixed messages, and so they weren't able to get a good picture of what your brand looked like. Above
Right.
that
And
was
consumers are savvy. They know if you're pandering, you're just catering to that specific audience. But if you have that overall message, that's what's going to resonate.
And the one thing that I thought was kind of made me chuckle a little bit was the that one right above that, is that people, digital isn't enough. The Quad research reveals a surprising trend: 71% feel print is more authentic in connecting with brands than digital media.
I know. Print's coming back. It's coming back.
It's not coming back though.
But the tactile part of it makes sense, right? That it, in talking about the recall, if it's something you can touch, something you physically read, just like people push paper books over a Kindle, it resonates with you. It sticks with you more.
Yeah.
And another thing they talked about at the end of the article, maybe not just print, but packaging, and how important packaging is to the brand. And so much of Gen Z and my kids is unboxing when you get a new product, saving that package because it has the brand, the cool brand label on it. So that experience of touching the packaging, opening it, is kind of the same experience, and just reinforces your positive connection with that brand. So really at the beginning, your whole marketing is how you're going to present that. And especially we're talking about an online business, any kind of e-commerce,
And people
your
also like
packaging
to
matters.
include something extra. It makes you feel like it says something about that in this as well. It's when the touch points like packaging represent a crucial opportunity for brandings to make a meaningful connection. Uh, Very rarely are you making a human contact with a brand, but when I'm experiencing the packaging, it's telling me a story about your brand. It's telling me how you want me to experience your brand. And the way I took that was, not only, it has to be nice when you're opening it and stuff, but anything extra you can keep with that brand when you're delivering it to the customer, whether it
Mhm.
be an actual package that they get at their house, or an experience like at a family event center or a water park or something like that, something else extra that they weren't expecting.
Yep. Oh
Like,
yeah, they were talking about Dick's Sporting Goods
yeah,
has their special pop-ups where you can go try out all the equipment
oh,
before
yeah,
buying it and touch.
something extra. A lot of brands, when you get something in the mail, they'll have like a couple vinyl stickers
I
that,
was going to say stickers, and then, yep, stick it on your water bottle, on your laptop, and then,
sure, it costs you a little bit extra money. I mean, it's not much, but it's just something extra.
mhm.
And that branding is with them, and they'll see it, and they're more
Right.
likely
You'll
to
see it
be able
on a
to trust
pier, and then you want it. It's for honestly, it's free advertising marketing, increasing that brand, that cool
it. It really
factor.
is. It really is. And so that's what I took when they were like print. It's like something tactile in your hands, something that you're getting that you can keep. That's why if you're a an experiential brand, somebody's more likely not going to walk away with something. But if you can have something that they can walk away with, I know a lot of FECs have like FEC branded prizes. Like
Hmm.
if it's a, I don't know, a stupid claw machine, like you have
Right. Your swishy
are branded
balls and
with
all that
your
good
name.
stuff. Hmm.
But I mean, the prize has to be fun itself. But if it has your name branded on it, then when they take it home, it's going to be there all the time. So
Yep.
it's that kind of marketing. It's, you need to be always be thinking about increasing your brand's presence and awareness, not only digitally, but outside of digital in traditional media areas. I mean, outdoors never going to go away, and things
No,
like that.
no, never. Especially
TV's not going
directional
away.
and in anything like that.
TV's not going away. Audio's not going away. It's just the way we approach those is what's changing.
Yeah, and working the traditional and programmatic together, right? And building everything together.
So it's just the brands need to be thinking about their brand more. Like, how can you leave your brand behind when the customer has a good experience with you? How can you make sure that they don't forget about you and that they have a connection, that they
Right.
remember?
Throughout that entire funnel, right? From beginning
Exactly.
awareness about the brand to that very end purchase is having that good feeling stay with them.
Yep.
So branding throughout.
All right. I think that'll do it for today.
Yep. Short, sweet today, but good topic. A little something different. And we'll be back next week. Talk about something else new in the media world.
Very good.
All right. See you guys next time.
Thank you.